Alright, hey guys. In this video, it's an interesting one. There is this brand new spectator mod, camera mod, whatever you will, called Dev's camera mod. It's this one right here. It's new. It's still in development. It was made by Dev. Yeah, it's currently private, so it's not, being given out to the public yet. When it is, I'll make sure to put this in my Discord. But yeah, today I'm just going to be giving an overview, show you how it works. I haven't had this for long, so I apologize if I miss anything important. So first we're just going to go into Monkey Mod Manager and Game Folder. Step Next plugins. Alright, so we're going to drag out 70s camera mod and add in devs. The reason I haven't got name tag accomplished in there, because this camera mod actually has both of those already pre-installed, if you know what I mean. It already comes with the mod, which is really good. I'm just going to close Monkey Mod Manager. I'm going to go ahead and open up Gorilla. Okay, so here we are in Gorilla Tag. At the minute, when I try and use WASD, I cannot move. As you'll see here in the top left, there is Dev's camera mod. You can also see the name tag mod is already working. This is a custom mod, private to Dev's camera mod. Here, when you first click this little drop down menu, you'll be able to join a code. We're going to go ahead and join code POG. Alright, as you can now see, we're in a code. When you're in a code, you have the option to leave, which is right here. You just click this and it'll pretty much instantly make you leave. Calling, I'm not 100% what it does, but when you change this, it seems to put my hat on and off. For now, I stay on spectator mode. And there's enhanced, which again, I still am unsure which does WASD and stuff. Doesn't work when I use enhanced. Next option is first person, which you can just use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Spectate people with. Free cam is what it says. This is where WASD works. You can hold shift to go quicker. You can change all these settings, so camera speed. See now we go much quicker. Position basically changes. This doesn't work really with this one. But position changes how far away you are from the person you're spectating, which in free cam won't work. So we have FOV, which, as you can see, it can be extremely far, but this is unnecessary. So I'd have it on around this. Rotation is how the word rigid the camera mod turns. So if I go ahead and turn, as you can see, when I let go of the arrow key, it slides. Whereas when it is on maximum, I press the arrow key and let go, it almost instantly stops. I'm going to give you another example. So I'll put on the lowest, and I'll let go. Now it's sliding. I'll hold it for a few seconds and then let go. It carries on sliding. First person, if you try and do it and it doesn't move, you've got to go all the way to the end for it to work. So this is when you're spectating someone. You can choose whether to go in first or third. And camera listener, which I think is really useful. It basically does it so when you're spectating someone, you can hear what they're hearing. So normally when you cast, you can only hear from your caster's viewpoint, if you know what I mean. Which, isn't that good, because it means, I don't know, say they're all the way over here, it's going to be really hard to hear them. Whereas if you're then spectating them and you have camera listener on, you can hear exactly what they're hearing, which makes it much better for any spectators, in my opinion. Here you can also change the teams, which I'll show you in a second. So we've got TTP versus ISO. If you see, when I go to player focus, this is how you do third person view. You can press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that'll spectate the people in your game. Position, like I said before, changes how far away you spectate someone. So if it's on the lowest, then it's going to be really close to them. Or if it's on the furthest, it's going to be quite far. Rotation does the same as before, so whenever they turn in game, having it on max will mean it's pretty much in sync with them turning. whereas on the lowest, it's very, very lenient. So when they're turning, it's going to be much smoother, but I'll show you an example in a second. The lowest is not what you want. Again, FOV changes the FOV. And clipping is how much is, or you can kind of see here, but clipping is how much the camera goes through stuff or how easily. With branching, you probably want this on a lower setting, because otherwise, as you see here, you see how we got all this in the way? You put this all the way up, and it moves all out the way. So it kind of just depends what you want. Yeah, as you can see here, where I put the teams left and right, now it says here TTT versus ESO. Here we have the current and the lap time, so you just press Q to start. It's really, really simple controls. It says it's here. So Q to start, E to pause, R to end, and T to lap. So let's say TTT run for 5 seconds. So then just going to press pause when I wait 5 seconds. You then press lap. You then press end or R, and then you press Q again. And see how this is red? Once the timer goes past 5.2 seconds, it will then turn green again to signify that you've been beaten. Just like that. And then here, say they get for 10 seconds, and stop it. And then you'd end and then lap, because it's the start of a brand new round. And to change the points, so in that case, TSO got the point, I just press C to give them a point. And maybe let's say it was a reset round for whatever reason, then I'd press V to get rid of the point. For this one, as it says here, it'd be Z and X to get rid of them. Currently spectating, it tells you who you're spectating and whether they're a runner or a tagger. And here is the scoreboard, which shows you everyone who is in the game, pretty much. Next, we have random focus. This is basically an automatic version of player focus. It will literally just randomly, automatically swap between players. So maybe you're feeling a bit lazy. Maybe you're feeling a bit lazy and you don't feel like actually trying to spectate people. Put it on random focus and it'll constantly cycle between taggers and runners. Survivor focus is very similar to random focus. However, it only focuses on the surviving players, so such as the runners. This is probably the better version than random focus. However, I'm not sure why it doesn't have the HUD on the side. It might do when you actually are watching someone, but apparently that isn't. And then you also have tagger focus, which is the same as random focus and survivor focus. However, as it says, it focuses on the taggers, so it'll constantly swap between all the taggers remaining, which is good, but also bad because, it might end up spectating the caster such as me, which you may not want. And those are all the modes currently. So let me just go ahead and join a game where we have some people in, and then I'll explain a bit more. Alright, so here I've just joined CGT. So now if I go to free cam here, we can move around and spectate the entire lobby. Here we'll go on to play focus. This is where you can use the number keys 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So here we have a runner. I'll just show you how these settings work now I'm spectating people. But first of all, let me just turn the thing down a bit. Alright, so the position changes how far away we are. As you can see now, this is the minimum. So quite far away from the player. Anyway, so yeah, position is how far away you spectate them. As you can see, it's really, really far away. Position, you put closer and closer and closer, changes how close you stay to them. Rotation is when they turn, how quickly we turn. So if you see, if I put this on max, whenever they turn, the game also, or the camera mod turns in sync with him. We can put position slightly further. So if we just put rotation off, the lower down, it makes it the smoother. I wouldn't recommend it having on the lowest, but I also wouldn't recommend it having on the highest. Try and find somewhere in between, which works best for you. Again, next we have FOV, so we can have either really zoomed in, slightly zoomed in, or you can have super FOV. And clipping is just how much like the stuff gets kind of see through, it's kind of like that. And then first person, you slide it all the way through, and as you can see, it does just go in first person here. So we need to tone clipping down a bit. That's pretty much about it for the play focus. We'll have a look at the random focus here, which is literally as simple as I say. It just randomly switches between people. So I won't click any buttons here, and it should, in theory, automatically swap between the players. There you go, just like that. Survivor focus just automatically swaps between the survivors. Currently only have one survivor left, so this isn't gonna work, unfortunately. And then we have a tagger focus where it will automatically swap between all the remaining taggers, which, as I said before, it can be kind of bad, as it could spectate me at some points, which we don't want. But that's about it for the Devs camera mod. I hope this gave you a nice insight on this new mod. Again, this mod hasn't been fully released as of yet, but I'll let you know when it has. And I'll see you next time. See ya.